Hi everybody, today we're going to talk about Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde and what got them attracted to each other. I studied long-term relationships, so let's just dive in. Change of clothes. Prior to meeting Harry Styles, Olivia Wilde was, she was balancing motherhood as well as a career as a director. And she was in a relationship with Jason Sudeikis at the time for at least 9 years. In 2020, Olivia Wilde was to direct the movie Don't Worry Darling. So the fall of 2020, that's when they started filming for the movie Don't Worry Darling. And during this time, November 2020, that's when Candace Owens, she attacked Harry Styles on his choice of outfit for Vogue photo shoot. Olivia Wilde was the one who stepped in and she tweeted, "You're pathetic" to Candace Owens. And it was this November of 2020 when Olivia Wilde announced that she and Jason Sudeikis would split up. Months after, Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde started filming. So behind the scene rumors about Olivia and Harry, they started coming out during this time. So the insider said, I'm reading here, Olivia Wilde and Harry would just disappear. And then, the magazine, and then the article basically wrote that it seems tension between Florence Pugh and Olivia Wilde grew because of these frequent and unexplained absences. Allegedly, there was a major disagreement between Florence Pugh and Olivia Wilde. One insider said, "I can tell you for a fact that Flo seeing Olivia and Harry all over each other on set did not go down well, as Olivia was still with Jason when she first hooked up with Harry Styles." It seems at this time, Jason Sudeikis and his kids would come and visit Olivia Wilde, and the crew, the filming crew, they must have felt really uncomfortable with this situation because they knew what was going on with Harry and Olivia. It seems Harry Styles did not know. He really thought, the relationship, Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis' relationship was over. That's what he thought. But obviously, Jason Sudeikis was not informed about this little update. So in January of 2021, Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles, they both appeared at this wedding together. That's when, at the wedding, it seems Harry Styles referred Olivia Wilde as his girlfriend. That was fast. So what happened here? She has been with Jason Sudeikis for like 9 years at this point because they got together in 2011. In 2020, she broke things off. 2 months after, November they broke up, and 2 months after, in January, she was already with Harry Styles. So what happened here? How did their relationship evolve so fast? Now, we are very familiar with, men, when they have children with these women, they kind of like leave their wife, they go to work, and then, they find somebody who's attractive and they want to leave their wife behind, My point is, this is very rare with women, particularly when there are children under 10 years old. Like, they don't normally leave their husband, and start, a new relationship. It doesn't really happen. This is more like a guy thing. So I was very much interested. So, women that have been in similar situation as this, what I really like to know about them is I want to know about the quality of life they were having prior to meeting this new mate, or, the relationship that they had with their previous husband or previous partner, before they got involved with a new mate. Usually in these things, two things could have happened. Maybe she found motherhood very, very hard. And second thing is, maybe she was not able to see Jason Sudeikis as her lover. These things happen more often than you think. Most women with children are kind of tolerant, to these things. They don't leave their husband like Olivia did. But to each their own. When you are a hyper independent woman, and you're an actress, you get attention, recognition, and appreciation. It's like, look at me, I did this movie roles, and then you become a mother and you don't get the appreciation, the attention, recognition, for your hard work, the sleepless nights. Who is going to who is going to appreciate you? Who's going to give you attention? The baby? No. It's a huge adjustment for most of the women, you know, when you go from like career person to like mother. It's like, what is my life now? You know, women are human beings too. Nurture doesn't come easy for everybody. Prior to having children, you know, they had like the whole time, you know, for themselves. They had full control over what they would do with their time. It comes a challenge once the children come in the marriage. If the male partner, you know, the father of the children, puts the children over the mother, and the mother does not get any attention, recognition, appreciation, she doesn't get any of her needs met in this case, you know. So it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard on mothers sometimes, you know. Now this brings me to the second point. How long has she been with Jason Sudeikis? 10 years, you know. So when you've been with somebody for so long, you get too familiar with him. You see him as a safe, stable partner rather than, you know, this hot, exciting, funny guy that she once fell in love with. Even if he were to plan like a romantic dinner, romantic date, you know, even make her laugh, she doesn't see him as like, you know, oh, it's like this romantic guy. So the point is, because she's too familiar with him, she doesn't see him with, you know, curiosity. There is no mystery to him. There is no excitement to him. He's just like a safe, stable person that she's used to, you know. Madonna whole complex also happens to women too. In psychology, nobody really calls it Madonna horror complex, but like, yeah, we just supposed to like hush hush. Like I said, most women, they don't leave their husbands even when this two things happen, you know. Most likely what they do is they go for marriage counseling. But in Olivia's case, her case is completely different. She is an uppity, you know. Her mom was a producer for 60 Minutes, and you know, I think she comes from a very affluent family, and plus she is a very, very good director, you know. So finances is something that she doesn't have to worry about. But most women that are mothers who don't want to leave their husband, finances is like a big problem for them, you know. So that's why I guess that could be the reason why these women don't leave their husbands. When Harry Styles came into this picture, he was the new exciting mate, you know. She must have seen him through the lens of fresh curiosity, mystery. So this is how Olivia Wilde described Harry Styles.
Needed whoever was going to play Jack to be someone who was charming and empathetic.
Remember, they wanted Shia LaBeouf to star in this movie. I don't think Olivia Wilde would have described Shia LaBeouf the way she's describing Harry Styles. Plus, paparazzis were interested in Harry Styles. And he was in the spotlight that she always wanted to be. So I'm sure she must have turned her charms high up to be with Harry Styles. But the thing is, she completely lost interest for Jason Sudeikis when Harry Styles came into the picture, you know. I would advise women, like, you know, don't ever date people like this. You must have a very, very good wedding system in place, because with all the research that I've done with long-term relationships, good wedding system is something that somebody should have when they consider dating someone, so that we don't end up in such situation, you know. So that's Olivia. But what's in it for Harry? Now, Harry Styles, you know, he has already achieved it all. He has nothing to prove to anyone, okay? But he knows he can't be a musician for forever. That's why he is interested in acting, because he is in the limelight now. Now, Harry Styles is the better mate, you know. He is a very successful millionaire, you know. His net worth is 100 million pounds, which is more than the whole movie budget of Don't Worry Darling. Not only that, Harry Styles is empathetic, sensitive, you know, a very intense person. And, you know, you don't really associate these traits with self-made millionaires, because in order to become a self-made millionaire, you need like completely different set of traits, like completely opposite than empathy, you know, because you need to have like certain like dark triad traits. Think of like R. Kelly, Kanye West, you know, you wouldn't think of them as empathetic, sensitive people, you know. So Harry Styles is a rare breed. I think he's like the creme de la creme of mates, I would say, in this case. At least for Olivia Wilde, he was. It seems when you meet Harry Styles, he gives you like this undivided attention. He shows that he is caring, empathetic, you know, like she described him. and he's very warm and he makes you feel comfortable. He also makes you feel special, you know, like you're the only person in the room. Harry Styles is very, very charming. So I'm sure Olivia Wilde must have felt like, you know, she must have felt like Harry Styles was giving her attention, you know. Now Harry Styles really liked confident women, and he must have found Olivia Wilde to be very, very informative. Also, this is not Harry's first age gap relationship. You know, I'll talk about it later. Now, Harry Styles, I'm sure Harry Styles is proud of his achievements, but he's not your confident Ched. You know, Harry Styles, he's a very hardworking, perfectionistic person, you know. He comes across as a person, you know, that sits down and worries about why all of his music videos don't do as well as the successful ones. So he is kind of like that neurotic control freak. Of course, he is going to be a successful actor, you know, no doubt he is going to show those perfectionistic tendencies when it comes to acting too, you know. But acting is like a new territory for Harry Styles, you know. He has done the movie Dunkirk, you know, but Don't Worry Darling is still gonna be his big movie, you know, in Hollywood. I'm sure he must have been like a nervous Nelly because, you know, he was kind of new to it. And Harry Styles is an overanalyzer, you know, he gets in his own way. So when you're in that fog, you need someone confident like Olivia Wilde to get you out of this fog, you know. So I'm sure she must have helped. And Olivia Wilde has been acting for quite a long time. So she must have made him feel confident and comfortable. You must have needed all the support that he can get from Olivia Wilde. You know? So Olivia Wilde fancied Harry Styles a lot, you know, and that helped Harry Styles, you know. She, you know, stood by him when Candace Owens attacked Harry Styles. When Harry Styles won Grammy in 2021, Olivia Wilde posted a picture of Paul McCartney eating watermelon, you know. So Paul McCartney, Harry Styles looks up to Paul McCartney. He was in Beatles, you know, in 1960s. Brownie points for Olivia Wilde to have this knowledge about Harry Styles. I'm sure he must have felt very supported. Not only that, I think they both share a love for like aesthetics, you know, the 70s style, I would say. Olivia went to his concerts, you know, she was cheering, dancing. You know, I don't think Harry Styles ever had a girlfriend that cheered him while he was on the stage. You know, everybody's attention is on Harry Styles when he's performing, but Harry Styles' attention is on Olivia Wilde. And they both wanted Don't Worry Darling to do well because, you know, it was a huge movie for both of them. They must have felt like humbled and vulnerable, and that sense of we're in this together must have kicked in, you know. It's like the relationship was like more of a comfort thing for each other. Of course, Harry Styles liked Olivia Wilde's liveliness, you know. He must have felt a little less lonely, you know, from his usual everyday boring same, you know, unchallenging world, you know, because he has achieved it all. Olivia Wilde was his mentor and his motivator at the time. Yes, Olivia Wilde understood the assignment. Kudos to her. I think Harry Styles seeks this age gap relationships when he feels like he is out of his comfort zone, you know. This younger guy, older woman dynamic, this is something that he is used to because he has previously been in a relationship like this. When he first got into, you know, this X Factor, it's like the UK's American Idol, he was very new to this showbiz, you know, and he was not very confident, you know. So he ended up dating this TV host, Caroline Flack. She was 10 years older than him. So during the filming of X Factor, Harry Styles would get too nervous talking in front of a camera, and Caroline Flack was a TV host, you know. He really admired, you know, her confidence and her oratory skills, something that he did not possess at the time. Confidence is something that he lacked, and talking in front of a camera was something that he wasn't used to. And he was very conscious about this, you know. So I guess in this unfamiliar, you know, out of comfort zone, he must have found some comfort crushing on Caroline Flack. Harry Styles was more interested in her than she was, for her, she really thought it was like a high and by crush, but it wasn't. Like, Harry Styles would not hush about this. He made his interest known. He even got behind the scenes person to tell Caroline Flack about his true feelings for her. He really wanted to date her, and he did actually ended up dating her for 3 months, but unfortunately she started getting death threats, and he really stood up for her, when people were just like attacking her. And at this difficult time of his life, he had Caroline Flack, and now that he is shooting a movie in Hollywood, he had Olivia Wilde as his mentor. It makes sense. Harry Styles grew up with his mother and his sister, older sister. So, and his father got a divorce when Harry Styles was just 7 years old, and Harry Styles' mother was the one who encouraged his creativity. That's why Harry Styles has maternal love written all over him. So it was his mom who entered him in this X Factor competition, singing competition. It was his mom who filled in the audition form, and I don't think he even knew it. So she entered him in this competition without his knowledge. Also, his mom was with him during this whole audition. So yeah, I guess women, I guess women being a mentor is something that he's very used to from early on. So this explains the relationship with Olivia Wilde, So Olivia Wilde and Harry Styles, they had a moment together, and now it's over. So why do I think they actually broke up with each other? I could be wrong, but I think, in psychology, when you are dating somebody who is completely your opposite, when you have like those, when you're like submissive, you're like indecisive, and you date somebody who is completely dominant and decisive, what normally happens is you think, you admire this person thinking, oh, I'm gonna get those traits as well, so I'm gonna be like that person, dominant and decisive. But what usually happens is it does you more harm than good. You end up being the same person that you are. It doesn't really, your submissiveness doesn't really become dominant. You have to like work on those skills. So when you have this, people with like non-aggressive traits, and they choose a partner who has like aggressive traits, it's normally the people that have non-aggressive traits get taken advantage of, unfortunately. So that's why therapy is there to work on yourself, fill that void, fill all those blind spots that you have in yourself, in your traits. So that's when you make the right choice when it comes to mate selection. So Harry Styles goes therapy, so he must have like understood about this concept, and must have felt that Olivia Wilde might not be the right person for him. Another reason for the breakup could be, that when she got with Harry Styles did not know that Jason Sudeikis knew that his marriage was over. He must have found out about this after the release of the movie, and after the release of the movie, many things about Olivia Wilde came out. Her true colors actually showed. The thing that what she did to Florence Pugh and Shia LaBeouf, and the way she was controlling the narrative, and how manipulative she was. I think he must have seen those traits in Olivia Wilde, which is something I guess he was not interested in, those type of traits. Also, they have been like dating after their premiere. I have no clue what happened during the premiere. Maybe he was just showing like his female audience, who were on the side of Florence Pugh. Maybe he was just showing the female audience, that he's not interested in Olivia Wilde. That's why he was ignoring her at the red carpet. Because seriously, something was going on. I don't really know. But they were seen together after their premiere, even like November, even like a few days before they broke up, like they were seen together at the gym, and then they went to like this dinner party together. Yeah. I mean, I don't really know when they actually broke up. I mean, they definitely broke up in November. Many people actually thought they broke up during the premiere. But I don't really think so. So anyways, tell me what you guys think about Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde. Yeah, comment below. Thank you for watching this video.